Canada's Prime Minister is a man on a mission for trade and investment. This is Stephen Harper's first visit to China since President Xi Jinping took office 2 years ago, and much has been made of the diplomatic distance between the two men.
Canada and China had always have a long history of bilateral talk and business associations. But I think lately, it has been kind of lukewarm at best. I think there are definitely room for improvement between the two countries.
The Prime Minister has three priorities on his 5-day trip: more trade, better bilateral relations on world issues, and building a rapport with the Chinese president. Harper has cut short his appearance at the APEC summit in Beijing to observe Remembrance Day in Canada, an appearance considered unavoidable this year in light of the recent attacks on Canadian soldiers at home. Considering what's at stake, officials say cancelling or postponing the China trip was not an option.
The Canadian government, especially Prime Minister Harper, pays great attention to the APEC meeting in Beijing.
China is Canada's biggest trade partner after the United States. Last year, trade reached more than $73 billion. Whether that rises further will depend on what is achieved this week.
The reality is China is becoming a very powerful economic force, and Canada has a lot to offer. And I think it's vice versa. While we can do a lot of business in China, I think the Chinese business world also like to seek opportunities in our country.
More trade would be welcomed by Canada's real estate industry. Chinese buyers have helped push up prices in Vancouver, Calgary and Toronto. Commercial land is likely to be the next hot commodity for Chinese investors.
I believe there will be the more and the more big manufacturer or big real estate developer in China. They will come over here looking for the development opportunity in Canada. This is what I understand. Lots of new company and the big company will come over here.
A key announcement expected to come out of this trip is approval of Canada's first renminbi trading hub, a move which could make foreign exchange between the two countries cheaper, faster and more attractive. The APEC summit will see world leaders compete in Beijing for Chinese connections and ultimately trade. What Stephen Harper will be hoping for is that this trip will give him a much-needed head start. Christian Yo, CCTV, Toronto.